DOJ just announced a massive $90 million fraud bust in Minnesota, with criminal charges being slapped on 15 defendants. Let's have a look at what they have to say during the press briefing.
Today, we are announcing criminal charges against 15 defendants in Minnesota for fraud schemes that targeted over $90 million in taxpayer dollars. Let me be clear up front about something. This is not the end of our work in Minnesota. This is not the end of the beginning of our work in Minnesota. This is the beginning of our work in Minnesota. The fraud here in Minnesota is shocking. Our cases today involve 7 different state-managed Medicaid programs that have been systematically pilfered by fraudsters who treated Minnesota-run programs as their personal piggy bank. One of the programs has been completely shut down because there's no money left. It's all gone. That was Minnesota's state-run Housing Stabilization Services program.
I love when the AG said this. This is the beginning of our work in Minnesota. The fraud in Minnesota is shocking. We have another story. FBI just announced one of the Minnesota fraudsters targeted with arrest this morning jumped off a 4-story balcony and is now on the run. So we're going to have a look at the video.
Before I begin my crux of my remarks, I need your help. On the screen, you will see a subject. Depicted on the screen here of an individual who was a target of the investigation this morning. That individual is currently on the run after having jumped out of a 4th-story balcony. I want you to get a good look at him right now. You'll see him. You'll see him running here. He is currently on the run. We need your help. If you recognize this individual, if you know this individual, if you can provide any information related to this individual, I would encourage you to call 1-800-CALL-FBI, CALL FBI, or go to the internet at www.
Wow, this is wide. If you know where he is, please find him, deny him bond. He cannot be allowed to flee the country. He's a fraudster and he must pay for his crimes. Then we have another story from same Minnesota. The mastermind behind the Feeding Our Future fraud in Minnesota just got sentenced to 41.5 years in prison. Wow, that is really high. Let's have a look at the video.
Breaking news, a Minnesota judge has just sentenced the mastermind behind the Feeding Our Future fraud scheme, Amy Bach. She just got more than 41 years in prison. The prosecution is asking for a 50-year sentence and her defense about 3 years. So that's somewhere in the middle that they got that, but closer to what obviously the prosecution wanted. The scheme involved theft of nearly $250 million in COVID funding. That money was meant to feed hungry children. State leaders claim they were unaware of the fraud. Here's what Amy Bach told our Alexis McAdams from jail back in January.
I honestly believe Keith Ellison and Governor Walz need to be held accountable. There needs to be an investigation done. If they weren't aware, that's concerning.
And this is the lady behind the Feeding Our Future fraud scam. Not looking really, really good.